all it took was just one wrong step in the minefield, and their lives changed forever. The period between 1967 through 1970 was traumatic for the Nigerian people, especially those from the eastern region. Over 1 million civilians died during the civil war.
They were massacred in places of worship, in the streets, in marketplaces, and in vehicles trying to carry them to safety.
After 2.5 years of conflict, the war finally ended. But for some people and communities in that region, it was the beginning of a war without end. Years have gone by, and people are still being killed and maimed from the remains of the war. Landmines, bombs and several other weapons litter around homes, farmlands and schools. 39-year-old Sunday says he's the only survivor of 4 children. He was just a little boy when a fragment from an explosive chipped off part of his nose. Now having to deal with the situation hasn't been easy for him.
We are 4 in number. We are going inside the bush for toilet. So one of us saw it in the bush and he picked it. You never know that in a bomb. So he picked it and play. The thing explode. And the 3 of them died. Only me survived. So since that time, the thing is still worrying me.
The story of 38-year-old Nkechi Osuji isn't any different. She's the first of 6 children. She lives in this mud house, which is already caving in. Nkechi tells us she was only 4 when she lost her arm in a mine explosion. With no parents to care for them, she's had to take up that role. But she says the burden is too much for her to bear.
I was very young when my mother took me to the farm. She put me on the ground and started working. All of a sudden, something exploded. My mom ran to me. I was badly wounded. She rushed me to different hospitals. My hand started healing, but eventually my mom died. Since then, I've been through a lot of suffering. There's been nobody to help me.
During the war, schools were used as military camps, and this was one of them. Although it's still operational, the kids here study in great danger. Part of the premises has already been cordoned off, and around here lies dangerous explosives. This 20mm wheeled cannon tank was abandoned over 4 decades ago, and all of this is of great concern to the school authorities.
There has been many explosions from the unexploded things they use for the war, including bombs, and it has affected the usage of our entire compound. The farms are unsafe for the students. Many a time they go there, they discover things that are threatening to human existence here.
During the Nigeria-Biafra War, this compound served as an armament manufacturing depot. Until date, there are still stockpiles of military ordnance scattered all over the place, and they pose great danger to the students and teachers here. Prince Will is a student in this school. He tells me he found a bomb within the premises some weeks back, and he doesn't feel safe studying here.
It's when I went to the back of the school, so I just want to go there and urinate, and I see the bomb. I don't know that it was a bomb. It's just my friend that told me that that thing is a bomb, and I took it and go and show it to our father. He said that I should go there and keep it. We are not safe in this school because knowing there is a bomb in this school. We want the government to come and remove the bombs.
The Nigerian Mine Action Center is responsible for removing the explosives in the eastern region. We visited the center and the leader took us on a tour around the area. He shows us stockpiles of bombs they've recovered so far.
This pit here contains bombs. The one you see that looks like a gas cylinder there is 75 kg aerial bomb. It's 75 kilogram. We have 2 of them. So these are the mines we removed in the course of our work. This is the anti-vehicle mine. It's loaded with explosive. We have removed them. This is the fin unit of the rocket. In the rocket, you have the explosive side, you have the fin, and then you have the warhead. The 3 put together, when launched into this gun, it travels 10 kilometers.
But this is nothing compared to what's left in the communities. Over 17,000 of these dangerous explosive devices have already been recovered, but there are over 40,000 yet to be recovered. And I must say that the search for them isn't an easy task. Nigeria is a signatory to the Ottawa Mine Ban Treaty. The convention was born out of concerns escalated over the impact of mines on civilian population in conflict-affected areas. And it provides that the states would clear affected lands, destroy all stockpiles, and assist victims. Although Nigeria has begun the process, but so much still needs to be done.
I can say we have done about 60% of the clearance. What we have left now are serious dumps. 40% of the job that we are going to do is even tougher than the 60% we have done. Because in humanitarian demining, you don't stop. If you stop, you have to go back. So what I'm trying to explain here is that even the 60% now, we have to review it. Because there is what we call post-clearance. When we do, we mark. Then we come back to check and then tell you your land is clear. But we have done those things, but we were not allowed because we were stopped. We were not allowed to go back and cross-check and hand over such land to the owner. Now, it means we have to go back and scan and clear again. So, in short, indirectly, we still have about 100% more work to do because we have to revisit what we have done to ensure it is clear.
I didn't know that these explosive remnants of war were so many and that people were dying in various numbers and nobody thought about it, nobody cared. And the government were not even, various governments that had come and gone were not informed of what was going on. The people were just dying and they kept it to themselves.
Kelechi Obasi is 24. She was born 20 years after the war ended. But she lost one of her legs to a mine explosion. It was a traumatic experience for Kelechi, and she's hoping that she can make an impact on the lives of people with similar cases someday.
A woman who will be able to touch lives, people who are like me and people who are even more better than. I want to touch their lives. I want them not to feel the same way that I felt during my own incident. In any way I know I can help them. That has always been my dream.
It's been 44 years since the hostility ended, but villages and communities where these leftovers of war are deposited are still in harm's way. The people can only be safe again after the remnants are all recovered and finally destroyed. Kelechi Emekalam, TVC News.